NBA players are always out here hustling to prove themselves, like they're in the zone 24/7. But sometimes things get real, and players end up in the heat of the moment. That said, these are the most disrespectful moments in the NBA. First up, we've got Kevin Durant.
Your game, trying to get back your timing and conditioning, really, to be honest, correct?
Yeah.
We've always known KD to be petty, but he decided to take it to a whole new level, dissing Evan Fournier by straight up size shaming him.
He didn't put his hand down. He's like,
This too little?
You're tiny.
This close.
You
came this close, Evan.
I gotta get a look at this one.
You came this close.
Next up, we got the time Ron Artest was like, nah, not today, Pierce, and decided to stop Paul Pierce from scoring by pulling his pants down in front of the whole world.
Pants down, the referee let him do it.
Wait, pause. I mean, I feel you, Ron. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. But pulling his pants down? Alright, let's move on from that one. And then we got Patrick Beverley, the savage of all savages, pulling off slick moves on the king himself during a Lakers game. Dude didn't hold back on the trash talk either, straight up asking for the smoke. But disrespect ain't always about crazy shots or killer dunks. Sometimes it's the words you sling. Like when this fan straight up taunted Jason Tatum, telling him to his face who dad he was. Damn, Tatum, maybe Steph will get you a ring this year. Now, if we're talking about disrespect, Jimmy Butler's the king of throwing shade. During a game against the Pacers, Butler and TJ Warren locked horns, talking mad smack. But Jimmy took it up a notch and blew a kiss at Warren. Thereafter, feelings got hurt, and it got so bad that both of them got the boot. But the drama didn't clock out there. Post-game, they went at each other again in the interviews.
Heat of the moment, guys out there competing, things like that gonna happen.
I think it's tough for him because I can guard him and he can't guard me. Like at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. He got to see me the next time because I feel like what he said was truly disrespectful, and it's all good because we see him again. I ain't scared of nobody.
That said, let's talk about Zion Williamson taking disrespect to a whole new level when he broke an unwritten NBA rule. December 2022, the Pelicans are on the brink of a sweet victory against the Suns. Clock ticking down, Suns buried in their third straight L. Player rules say dribble it out for the win, right? Not in Zion's playbook. With a solid lead and mere seconds left, he snatches the ball and unleashes a 360 windmill dunk. The crowd goes insane, but the Suns, they weren't rocking with it at all, and all hell broke loose. Post-game, Zion shared a few words about the situation.
That was a little out of character for me, but you gotta understand. I mean, you can understand it or not. They sent my teammates home last year. I missed all last year. I got carried away a little bit. I admit that. But, I was in that locker room. My brothers were down because, the Suns sent us home last year. That's a tough moment to be a part of. So, in that moment, I got carried away. I admit that.
With the Suns being heated, I could see why they chose to run up on everyone except Zion. Just ask Trae Young. He knows.
Slammed into him. Didn't mean to. Knocked the glasses off.
Speaking of taking things personally, let's run it back to November 29, 2021. The Heat vs. Nuggets showdown. Markieff Morris committed a hard foul on reigning MVP Nikola Jokic. But Jokic wasn't joking around and went full-on Hulk mode, shoving Morris to the ground in a disrespectful manner. Chaos erupted. Man, everyone from the Heat to the Nuggets was in on it. But it didn't stop there. The drama spilled onto the internet, with Jokic's bros and the Morris twins throwing shade online. Marcus Morris dropped a shady post saying, "Waited till bro turned his back, shake my head." Noted. Jokic's brothers fired back, accusing Morris of threatening their Nuggets star. The online battlefield was wild, but eventually it cooled off. Morris, though, hadn't had it easy post-clash. Meanwhile, Jokic has been ballin', winning an NBA title and all. But guess what? Morris stirred the pot again, saying Jokic is gonna get his on a podcast.
So the shot was a little hard. It was like a little whiplash.
Yeah.
So, to be 350 catch me off guard, he really ain't do shit. Yeah, like we on the street or we on the basketball court? That's my whole thing. Like, if we in the street, yeah, I'm not turning my back. I'm gonna keep going on you. But you gonna get his though.
But here's the thing. There's no guarantee Morris will be on the court with Jokic again. But perhaps there'll surely be more fireworks if the two do cross paths again. Next up, we got the time Luka took disrespect to a whole new level in the 2022 playoffs. 2022 Western Conference semis, Luka Doncic and the Mavs are squaring off against the Phoenix Suns, who think they're the kings of trash talk. The Suns had the NBA's best record and so decided to diss Luka, thinking they were untouchable. Come Game 5, it was a straight-up beatdown, with Luka and the Mavs getting bullied and blown out by 30 points. Now here's where Devin Booker's downfall began. After Luka missed the game-tying shot, Booker said a few words which I'm sure weren't motivational, and Luka's not one to let disrespect slide. Post-game, Luka fires back at the Suns, saying,
"It's fine, it's just a competitive game, man. It's all good. Just next time, don't wait till it's 3 seconds left to talk."
Fast forward to Game 6, the Mavs facing elimination on home turf. Luka goes beast mode, unleashes a rampage, and snags that W. But in Game 7, Luka's ultimate payback, a total annihilation. He wraps up the Suns and smokes them.
I remember we were playing Phoenix, they were talking so much shit, telling us we better make the playoffs, we ain't gonna make the playoffs. We out of the playoffs, but y'all, this is a disgrace, bro. Like, y'all got points in the third quarter. This is terrible.
Blowing them out by a whopping 33 points and leaving the Suns scratching their heads, wondering what hit them. Luka dropped 35 while the entire Phoenix starting lineup managed 37. Safe to say Luka's got the last laugh, and the memes were legendary as the Mavs handed Phoenix a royal beatdown in their own house. Speaking of which, we gotta talk about Dillon Brooks. The dude carved out his spot as the league's ultimate villain. Brooks spent the entire season running his mouth, stirring up drama like it was a full-time gig. But when the 2023 playoffs hit, he aimed for the biggest dog in the yard, LeBron James.
People out there that say maybe you shouldn't do that with one of the better players in the game. Well, I guess what were you thinking?
I don't care, he's old.
Brooks wanted to take down the Lakers and their old leader, challenging anyone who didn't drop 40 on him. Guess what? The Lakers weren't backing down. Brooks got a reality check, starting with Anthony Davis serving up a one-way ticket to Rejection City with a block that practically had one message: sit down, son. But that wasn't enough. Game 6, LeBron and the Lakers unleashed a 40-point beatdown on Brooks and the Grizzlies, sending them packing for an early vacation in Cancun. As crazy as that was, we gotta talk about the time two players went to war over one of the most famous girls on the planet. Back in the day when Ben Simmons could actually make a layup, he was on top of the world. Dude wasn't just making buckets, he had millions in the bank, millions of followers, and bagged the Rookie of the Year award. But here's where it gets wild. He also snagged himself a perfect 10. None other than Kendall Jenner, one of the planet's most famous girls. Talk about scoring big. These two were everywhere together, and the relationship went viral all over the internet. At first, it seemed like a match made in Hollywood heaven, but one fateful night changed everything. You see, Ben decided to hang out with his NBA buddy, Devin Booker, and they thought it'd be fun to go on a double date to one of the hottest restaurants in Hollywood. Little did Ben know, he was handing Devin an open shot at his girl. Fast forward a mere week, and Kendall drops the bombshell. She's traded Ben quicker than the Sixers could blink, and upgraded to a real player and shooter.
I watch every game unless I have. Last night I had a dinner, but all my friends and family know that I sit with my phone wherever I am.
From that point on, Kendall and Book were the talk of the town. In fact, Kendall was fully invested, even attending Book's games. So when the Suns and the 76ers finally faced off for the first time since that double-date disaster, you better believe Book had something to prove. With Kendall watching, Book dropped a whopping 36 points on Ben's head, making it clear who the real daddy was. That night wasn't just a loss on the basketball court. Let's just say Ben Simmons hasn't recovered on the court, and, well, behind closed doors.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Don't worry, Ben. We're praying for you. But as crazy as that was, Draymond Green takes disrespect to a whole nother level. He doesn't care who you are. Not even his own teammate gets a pass. During a Warriors practice, Draymond and Jordan Poole decide to trade some friendly trash talk. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. Things spiraled out of control faster, and Draymond, in a moment of sheer madness, throws a left hook that sends Poole crashing to the ground, right in front of the entire squad. Talk about a low blow. It was so bad that Poole's entire season felt and looked like his jaw did. Dude became a mere shadow of his former self, and the Warriors decided it was time for a change and shipped him off to the Wizards. But that's not even Draymond's most disrespectful move. This guy, with an ego the size of a skyscraper, loves stirring the pot. And he had a long-running feud with none other than the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. The beef started innocently enough in 2017, when they were both vying for the Defensive Player of the Year title.
NBA Defensive Player of the Year goes to Draymond Green.
Fast forward to Tuesday, November 14, 2023. Warriors facing off against the Timberwolves. Things heat up real quick as Klay Thompson and Jaden McDaniels get tangled up just 2 minutes into the game. It's chaos. Players from both teams racing in to break it up. Now, here comes Draymond Green, and instead of playing peacemaker, he cranks it up to 100. He goes all MMA, throwing a chokehold on Gobert's neck. Dude got it worse than Jody. Post-game, Draymond gets hit with a hefty 5-game suspension and a $25,000 fine. But here's the kicker. After serving the suspension, Draymond boldly declares he has zero regrets about putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold. Now, if that's not next-level disrespect, I don't know what is. So, there you have it. Some of the absolute wildest, disrespectful moments in the NBA. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe for more epic NBA videos.